This is Rubbernecker set 719 watercolor poppies. It's a two-part watercolor rubber stamp set from our watercolor floral section. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the stamps off the packaging that we keep them on. We're going to use the insert on the packaging to align the stamps on our blocks. We're going to take these and lay them down over the image, take our block and lay the block onto the stamp with the edge parallel with the edge of the stamp. We're going to do it for both of those pieces, just like that. I'm going to keep this edge parallel with the paper. Then when we stamp, we're going to stamp them down in the same manner. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the solid portion of the stamp of the two-part stamp set. And we're going to take a pen, a water brush, and we're going to pick up a little bit of green and yellow color wash. We created this using Ken Oliver's Colorburst Lemon Yellow and Ken Oliver's Colorburst Phthalo Green. You're just going to brush this wash on all of our leaves and stems portion of the stamp. The brush allows us to get it onto that without having to get it onto the flower portion. Now with the same brush, I'm going to pick up some of the green in its pure form. And I'm just going to kind of brush that on as an accent to these leaves. Down along the bottom, a couple of bits on the stem, just for some accent to the lighter green we used before. Clean that off. Now I'm going to take my red pen with a little bit of moisture, and I'm going to pick up some of the Alizarian Crimson color burst. That's this one right here. I'm going to brush that along the bottom of these flower pods. Wherever you choose to put it is fine. And now some yellow from the same lemon yellow color burst. We've got quite a bit of it here in our tray because we're going to be making a lot of videos today. So we're going to make up a bit of a color of a paste with it, so I can control it and it goes on relatively dry. I don't want it to necessarily mix too much with the red before I'm ready for it. Looks like I've grabbed the red several times. So maybe a little bit more of a paste and a little less water. And you'll see how that works. Here we go. Okay. Now we're going to take a mini mister and we're going to get all this wet. Take a piece of watercolor cardstock, just use one. This is a 110-pound cardstock. We'll put our image on it with this edge parallel with the edge of the paper like we talked about. Now give that a second to transfer the watercolor to the paper. The paper will suck it off of the rubber. Give it just a bit of time into the fibers of the paper. Just like that. The Colorburst color is absolutely vibrant. Now we're going to dry it, so I apologize for the noise. The reason we dried the back of it is that there's no sense in chasing the moisture all the way through the paper from the front. so we can speed up the drying time and not burn our image quite as much. While you're doing this, if you have the ability to just set it aside and let it dry on its own, the paper will stay much flatter. You see we've got a bit of a warp on our paper because we got it so wet and we heated it up. You can deal with that, but if you can avoid it, avoid it. So now we're going to take the outline image of this portion, of this set, and I'm going to use a VersaFine Onyx Black pigment pad on it from Sukaneko. That's just so you can see the front of it. There it is right there. Okay. And we're going to align this by keeping it parallel with the edge of the paper and align it right over the top of the stamp. We draw the image slightly off so that the alignment's never perfect. Even if you hit it perfect, it won't be. Just like that. And because that's an embossing ink, we're going to go ahead and put some clear embossing powder to make that line just pop right off the paper. And as easy as that. Now let me show you a finished card we made with it. So here's the image. We outlined it with our freehand frame. This is number 89901. It's designed to be cut back so you can get some cardstock coming in beside it. Then we took our freehand phrase set, which is item number 900, and we took the circle and one of the phrases, six of the phrases fit within the square or the circle. And we put that on as an accent. Little ribbon, little accent. You have a cute little card.